The legendary Silverstone motor racing circuit, home of the British Racing Drivers Club, and for the past year a home away from home for a young man from Queanbeyan, a man being widely tipped to become Australia's next Formula One champion. Just turned 21, Mark Webber may be a relative unknown back in his own country, but here in Britain a stunning debut season in Formula 3 racing has catapulted him from anonymity into the sights of some of the most powerful men in the sport.
How are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Heady heights for a former ball boy with the Canberra Raiders, who left Australia with just a few wins on the go-kart track and in Formula Fords, but also a burning belief that he could crack the big time.
Okay.
It's a belief others are now sharing.
I think he's very impressive. I think he's a real talent, and I think he's going to go a long way.
Oh, he is. He's very determined. He's a sportsman. He's got his eye pretty focused on where he's going. He knows what he wants.
Alan Docking, another Australian expatriate who runs his own Formula 3 team out of Silverstone. He signed up Webber after watching the young driver blitz his competition in his first season in European Formula Ford racing. Docking offered Mark a crack at Formula 3, acknowledged as the apprenticeship class for F1, a breeding ground for champions like Senna, Hill, Schumacher and Villeneuve.
There's not many drivers that don't come through Formula 3. The majority of drivers in Formula 1 today are ex-Formula 3, whether it be the Italian, German or the British championships. There's the ones that haven't gone through Formula 3 you could count on one hand.
Just check everything all right.
When do you get the engine back?
In his first season in what's considered Formula One's reserve grade, Mark finished a creditable fourth.
You might say, well, that's fairly average, but in the situation we're in with the budget and competing against people like Jackie Stewart has his own Formula 3 team, Renault have a big effort from France. It's a big effort to keep these blokes on their toes, race in, race out. So that's what we've done. We've had 6 or 7 podiums this year. We've had a race win, we've had a few pole positions.
In motor racing, nothing succeeds like success, and his repeated appearances on the podium led to meetings with the sport's kingmakers. Nothing official, but confirmation that they were watching him.
Well, I've had a few meetings. I had a quick meeting with Frank Williams, which was very good. That was just an introduction. I know he sung quite well, so that was fantastic to meet Frank. And obviously I've had small contacts with Mercedes. They were interested in looking at me as well, so there's plenty of options at the moment.
And what about the legend himself?
Yeah, well, obviously I've met him at some of the Formula 3 races when I've beaten some of his drivers, so he wants to come and say hello and just keep an eye on you for where you're going.
But it was Mark who was saying hello on this occasion, the Stewart Formula 1 team on show to the media and sponsors, and a rare opportunity to see the former world champion get back behind the wheel of a racing car. Everyone agreed the old master still has what it takes. He says Australia has what it takes to produce more world champions, except perhaps the money.
You've had a lot of very good Australian drivers in the past that in some way have been helped to come to Europe, but nowadays it doesn't seem there's a lot of money to do it, and it's a big mistake.
It was money, Stewart says, that got in the way when he tried to tempt another Australian wonder kid, Craig Lowndes.